Welcome to the Trading Bell Show. I have been ushered in at the office of John Mwangi, the CEO and Managing Trustee, Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. We're going to be having a conversation about what is in it for you here with this authority. Probably you have some assets that you've not claimed. John Mwangi, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you here. And I think the last I heard about you is through your campaign when you were talking about we need Kenyans to get and claim their assets. And of course, the first thing is to ask you, for the sake of the ones who are watching this for the first time, let them know that there is an organization or an authority like that and their mandate. So if you could kindly please let us know about it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mwangi.
Yes.
And for our viewers, very good to see you.
Yeah.
As you've heard, my name is F.A. John Mwangi. I'm the CEO and Managing Trustee of Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, UFAA. We are a state corporation established by an act of parliament.
Yeah.
The law was passed in 2011, the law that created the authority.
Yeah.
But we began our mandate in earnest in 2014. That's when we had everything set up and structured. And since then, we've been receiving these unclaimed assets from various institutions.
Okay.
And perhaps it's good we tell our viewers what's unclaimed assets.
Yes, what are they? Yes,
Okay.
please, go ahead.
Yeah, so these are assets that the owner has lost touch with the asset. Okay, and they are financial as per our creation.
Okay.
We are unclaimed financial assets. So the nature of the assets we deal with are financial assets.
Okay.
So that will be cash or near cash assets. And we are saying that the criteria for an asset to become unclaimed is where the owner of the asset and the holder, that's the institution where that asset is, the two have lost touch.
Okay.
So a good example would be a bank account. So you opened a bank account, but then over time, you lost touch with that bank.
Yeah.
That account went dormant for various reasons. Maybe you forgot about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you located, you're not in the country.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are not happy with that bank and you went open another bank
and you forgot your money there.
You forgot some money in that account.
Yes.
Or maybe you're not alive. Maybe you passed on and your people are not aware. So that's an example. So there's a bank account.
Yes.
And the law for the bank accounts, it talks about 5 years. So because there's a defined time period for an asset to qualify as unclaimed.
Yeah.
So in this specific case, so you have a bank account, it went dormant, and within 5 years. So it could have been a savings account, could have been a current account, could have been a fixed deposit account you had, could have been a call account you had, or even in SACCOs, you have a SACCO account, and then you lose touch with your bank or SACCO. Then for 5 years, the bank cannot demonstrate that they know your whereabouts. Then the law requires that they identify that asset from their records and the name of that owner and give us that information.
Okay.
Then now for us, we start looking for that person.
For the owner.
So you've got categories of assets. So bank account is one of them.
Yeah.
Others could be pension monies. Somebody retired and they are supposed to be getting their monthly pension.
Yeah.
But then for 2 years, they are not getting this pension. It's not being remitted to them. Maybe the person passed on, or the person changed the address or the location, and the person emitting the pension money is not aware, or they don't know the whereabouts of this person. So pension is 2 years.
Okay.
Then you've got monies like utilities. You have got mobile monies. Nowadays, mobile money is a very active trading or medium of exchange.
Yeah.
So for mobile monies, maybe you lose your phone or you change your number, and there was some monies in that number. So within 2 years, that balance become unclaimed assets.
Okay.
We've got stocks, shares.
You're right.
People who trade in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. You buy shares. Maybe you bought the IPO.
Yeah.
I think the last IPO we had was Safaricom.
Yeah.
You bought the IPO Safaricom shares. But then since the IPO, you've not done anything with your shares. Okay, you have not added or reduced.
Yeah.
They send you dividends. Maybe you get a check of 100 bob. You are like, you can't go to bank this check.
Yeah.
After 6 months, the check becomes stale. You can't bank. But doesn't mean you've lost your dividends.
Yes.
Right? So you find that for shares and dividends is 3 years.
Okay.
If you have got any shares that you're not trading in that counter, and your stockbroker or your registrar, or even the issuer, that counter, they don't know your whereabouts. They send you communication, they don't reach you, you're not in touch with them within 3 years. Either it's dividends or it's shares, they become unclaimed assets.
Okay.
So, or insurance.
Insurance.
You know,
well.
you take up an insurance policy, it matures, and then within 2 years, you're not cashing your insurance.
Yeah.
Then you've got safe deposit boxes. Okay?
Oh.
You open a safe deposit box in a bank.
Yeah.
And then within 2 years, you're not active in your box. Nobody knows where you are. That box become unclaimed assets.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So if you look at our act,
Yes.
it's a very small piece of legislation. The one I mentioned is called Unclaimed Financial Assets Act,
Yeah.
number 40 of 2011. From section 4 to section 17, it lists the various categories of unclaimed assets.
All right.
You've got bankers' checks,
Okay.
money orders, travelers' checks, all those instruments that are cash or near cash. And then the dormancy period, that's the time between which you as the owner of the asset and the institution having that asset, you lost touch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And in this case, it ranges. The shortest is 1 year, which is salaries and wages.
Okay.
So you're an employee of KTN or NSC,
Yeah.
or unclaimed assets. Then you leave the service of the employer, and there were some salaries due to you or benefits, but they weren't paid to you. And there's nothing to demonstrate that you have got some case or issues going on
Yeah.
with the employer.
Yeah.
Then the employer is supposed to remit that money to the authority within 1 year.
Okay.
So that's the shortest time period.
Okay.
So it ranges from 1 year to 5 years.
Okay.
So it's a new regime, and
Yeah.
we are happy. It wasn't there before,
Okay.
before the law was passed.
Okay.
And now we are there, and that's what we do.
Wow, that's quite a mouthful. And before we get to the compliance levels and all that, I'm curious to know this because there's some things that you have said, and I think from your mention of amounts, it doesn't matter about the amount. For you, it's anything that is worth some money should be remitted back if at all there is that disconnect.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Let's talk about compliance, because you have said employers, you've mentioned a few of those things and the likes.
Yeah.
As an authority, what have you seen over those years? And of course, you could mention how many years have been in existence.
Yes.
What have you seen, and are the institutions mandated to ensure they are complying doing so?
We have seen some very good traction in terms of compliance across various sectors
Yeah.
of the economy. Because given what I have said, what unclaimed assets are,
Yeah.
then you agree with me that they cut across all sectors of the economy.
Every sector, absolutely.
Okay? So every sector of the economy. And that's why we say that every institution
Yeah.
that is legally incorporated, whether through limited liability,
Yeah.
whether it's a Circle Societies Act, whether it's Partnership Act,
Yeah.
whether it's NGO. I mean, as long as you are a legal body,
Yes.
then potentially you hold unclaimed assets.
Absolutely.
Okay, irrespective of which sector you play in.
Yeah.
Whether you are in production of goods and services, whether you are doing agriculture, whether you are doing mining, whether you are doing manufacturing, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You are a potential holder.
Okay.
So what we have seen over since 2014,
Yes.
so this being 2013, we're talking about 9 years of being in existence.
Okay. Okay.
But unless you're talking of 5 years, that's when now we formally came here.
Okay.
As an authority. In the first year, we had some staff from Treasury seconded to start off the process.
Yeah.
But in 2015 is when now we were fully set up, functional, and we came in. And what we have seen is that a lot of institutions are trying to comply.
Okay.
And the first thing is to know how to identify these assets from their records. Okay. When we say salaries and wages, then you have to go to your payroll, okay, and see have you paid all the employees, all their salaries all through, okay, and if there's some that you've not paid, then how long has it been?
Yeah.
So if it's 1 year, then you have a period of 1 year to look for that person. If a year lapses before you find the person, then you remit this asset.
Okay.
But the good trend you are seeing is that the banking sector has been able to remit majority of these assets. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess perhaps it's one of the key intermediaries of the financial services.
Absolutely. That's
so
what I was
more
thinking.
often than not, most monies are passing through the bank in one way or the other. And then we have also seen, so they could be bringing money that is either they are holding as the holders or other holders are remitting through through them as intermediaries.
Okay.
The other sector that we have seen doing quite well is the stock market or the capital markets. Okay, lots of dividends.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the second highest asset categories we have received.
People are not claiming their dividends.
People are not claiming their dividends. So I guess sometimes it's the way the markets were before.
Yeah.
No, you get a check of 50 shillings, 100 shillings, 200. So when
you
you
think
look at
this is nothing.
Yeah, the three variables. There's a check.
Yes.
There is you, and there's a bank. So when you try to reconcile those, you say, okay, wait. So realize. And then it could look small amount of money for you.
That's a lot.
But you can imagine 100 shillings for 1 million people.
Yeah.
You see?
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Personal level,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
yes.
but cumulatively is a lot.
Yes.
Then now you have mobile monies. Okay, again, you are seeing that asset class growing very rapidly.
Okay.
Growing very fast.
Okay.
Coming up also as potential unclaimed assets.
All right. By the way, on a quick answer, what cumulatively converted, what figure are you looking at?
So far, what we have received, we have two types of assets. So you'll see that now, for instance, stocks and dividends.
Yes.
You see, dividends will be in cash.
You're right.
But stocks will not be in cash.
Yeah.
So cumulatively in cash, we have received about 27 billion.
Wow.
Kenya shillings in cash.
27 billion.
Yes, from various institutions.
Yes.
Over the time. And we have also received of about 1.2 billion units of shares.
Okay.
Again, from most of these listed and even unlisted companies, whose shares will now convert them to market price, about 30 billion. So cumulatively, we're talking of portfolio about 57 billion worth of unclaimed assets that have been surrendered in that span of about 9 years.
Okay.
All right, here. So, and that's why we are happy for such partnerships.
Yeah.
To sensitize both parties here, because you've got the holders who should continually check for these qualifying assets.
Absolutely.
And if the time has not reached, then look for the owner.
Okay.
And reunite the owner with the asset.
All right.
If the time has passed, then you pass on the asset.
All right.
Then that's on the supply side.
Okay.
On the demand side, you've got the claimants. Okay. Now the owners of these monies.
Yes.
We want them to come forward and get this money. It's our joy. Actually,
take your money.
We are more joyful, we are more grateful and more happy when you pay back people their money, because that gives us a very good fulfillment that indeed we are doing our mandate.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm curious and I want to put you on the spot.
Sure.
Have you had one person come
yes.
and couldn't believe that they have had all this for this long?
Yes, not even one, many. Many people come and like, huh? Even me. Actually, even myself, I was surprised. But actually, I haven't claimed assets.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, let's move on. And I want to know how you're enabling Kenyans reunite with their unclaimed assets. Of course, I have at some point come across a campaign that you're trying to do, but how can Kenyans who are even watching today, how can they come and reunite with their assets?
All right. So we have, right now we have got two main platforms that we are leveraging on. Of course, trying to work with technology.
Yes.
To see how we can reach as many people and as far and wide as possible. So right now there's one way, which is a USSD code that you can dial.
Okay.
Star 361 hash.
Okay.
Okay. Star 361 hash. Then there will be some steps that will be prompted to follow. They ask you for your ID. You should put your actual ID number. Then you register and get into the database.
Yeah.
Then you can search whether you have unclaimed assets or somebody you know has unclaimed assets. So what you have done there, because of the data protection, is to give a range.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you log in and your money has been remitted, you will see us giving you a range that you have received between 1,000 and 1,500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or between 100 and 200, we have received something of that nature.
Okay.
For you.
Yes.
Then also you can also see you can go to our website. That's www.ufaa.go.ke.
Yeah.
Then you can be able to launch your claim online or get whether you have unclaimed assets or not.
All right.
Or you can walk to any nearby Huduma Center.
Oh.
Okay. So you've got any Huduma Center near your place. You can actually walk in and you'll be assisted to check if you have unclaimed assets and also to launch your unclaimed assets.
Okay.
We have also begun a campaign that we have now done in 3 places.
Okay.
We did it in the course of between last month and this month.
Yeah.
We did a campaign in Nakuru where we go to a town and we come with a one-stop shop.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
we are partnering with Huduma. This was called Huduma Mashinani. So where we come, we set up an office, a tent, a big tent.
Yeah.
Then in that tent, you're able to get all the Huduma services that they offer. Okay. All the services that Huduma offers, you get them in that tent. But you also get now unclaimed assets with our staff and everything. So all you need to just come. We check if you have unclaimed assets. We have the forms. You fill the forms. They're supposed to be notarized. We have a commissioner of oaths. We have an advocate. Notarizes the forms. You require the holders verification. You have good holders there. So it's a one-stop shop. So if you find you have unclaimed assets, you just fill in, give us your ID, we take a photocopy for you. For a PIN, if you don't have your KRA desk, it's there. You come. So it's a one-stop shop. And we did that in Nakuru, and we were quite impressed. We got over 1,000 people who came through that day, and like almost 50% of them had unclaimed assets. Thereafter, we went to Nyeri. It was the same case. We went to Thika. So we are now trying to do an inventory. We just finished last week, but one. So we only had last week and this week. To see how that has worked, and it's something we want to replicate across the country. Because you have seen most people don't know, number one, who we are. And number two, what we do. So we are now going to the people, and I'm glad even you now, whatever place you go and talk, please ensure you talk the gospel according to Unclaimed.
Absolutely. I'm a converted one now.
Thank you.
Let me allow you to sip some water. We're going to take a break right now, and once we come back, it's just that process. Once you've gone there and you have received and you have noticed that there is some unclaimed assets, how do you access that and take it home with you? We take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Trading Bell. We are speaking to FA John Mwangi, the CEO and Managing Trustee, right here at the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. An interesting conversation, and I hope in that break time you dialed to check whether you have something. So, John, welcome back again. And you have explained to us how people are getting surprised, and you, one of them, has found out that you also have some unclaimed assets. I'll check it out myself after this. And so what happens once I have discovered, I have this and X amount of money? What's the next thing? Is it that you issue me a check, or what happens now?
Right. So once you find out you have unclaimed assets, there are some forms you're meant to fill. Actually, two forms. One form is just to give us your biodata, who you are, your postal address, your contacts, and everything. The other form we call the indemnity form. Indemnity in the sense that you are indemnifying us. That once you claim that asset, to that extent, we are not liable in any way. And also the information you give us is also accurate. So once you fill in that form, it's like KYC. Just give us that form. We have your ID, so we'll verify that which you give us. And then you tell us how you want us to pay you your money. Do you want us to pay you through a bank account? Do you want us to write you a check? Do you want us to pay you on a mobile phone? So whatever mode of payment you want, you indicate. And give us evidence of that mode of payment for our verification. So for instance, you are giving us a bank account, then give us something from the bank to confirm that indeed this is your legit account. So then from there, we do the verification, confirm that indeed you are the right person. This is your monies. This is the actual amount of money that came. This is the asset type. So because you could have dividends, you could have dormant accounts, you could have mobile monies, all those. So you go to the database and look for you and all the assets that have come. Then we pay you through that channel that you gave us.
That's lovely, and I think it's a very straightforward one. You know, where there is money, John, there will always be people who are thinking, I can take advantage of these things. But before you tell me about how you're dealing with fraud, there's a case probably somebody saying, my parents probably passed on, without probably having told us those kind of things. And I'm in possession probably with of their documents, maybe IDs and the likes. Do you listen to such cases, and how do you deal with that, for example?
So we have got 4 potential type of claimants that come through. So one is the original owner, the one I've just explained. This is Mwangi. These are my assets that came from various institutions. This is my KYC, and they pay me in this way. And that one nowadays, within 15 days, we have given your money back. The other type is where is called the beneficiary claim. Okay? You are not the original owner. The original owner is deceased. Okay? So you call the beneficiary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the question you are asking. Your folks are no longer there.
Yeah.
Or somebody in your lineage. So for such a claim, the beneficiary's claim, then there's a very important step that must precede the claim process. And that's the case of determining who is the rightful beneficiary.
Yes.
And that's done through succession. Okay? So some administration will be done, not by us. That's a prerogative of the courts of law. Okay? Okay. So you'll go as a family, report the death, go through the administration.
You're right.
Get those letters of administration appointing the administrators. Then once you get those letters, you're supposed to get what's called confirmed grant. Yes. Once those letters are issued by courts, you wait for 6 months. Just in case somebody was left out or something was left out, some 6 months cooling period, then after that you get now confirmed grants. Now once you get those ones, now you come with them, now you launch the claim. So that beneficiary that the courts determined is the one you are going to pay. So that is now for death claims. We also have got institutions. Okay? So you're not a person, but you're a corporate body. You can also come and launch the claim as an entity. And you also have got what called the agent for the owner, through what's called the power of attorney. So you can be alive, and you say, I have appointed an attorney
to help me
launch and claim. So again, that's a fourth type of the claim that we pay.
I think those are very clear. Let's talk about now the fraudsters and how you're dealing with this so that you don't have some of them penetrating the system and claiming some assets.
Yes. Yes. So it's true, wherever you have money, you expect people with not very good intentions to try to come and dodge the systems and see how they can
get something.
Yes. So for us, what we do is to be very strict on our verification process and also partnership with the holder. Because remember what we are saying, you first had a contractual obligation with the holder. This way it's all originating. If it's that bank account, you open at the bank. If it's that insurance policy, you took it from the insurance.
You're right. Yes.
If it's those dividends, you went to the issuer.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where it all begins. So for us, is to work very closely with those people, and we keep in touch with them. So every claim coming, and that's where there's a requirement that before the holders remit the assets to us, our law requires under Section 19 that they should look for you. And only when they don't find you within the defined time period is when they bring the asset to us. So I give you the example of the salary.
Yeah, you're right.
So if this salary has been pending in your payroll, then you have got a whole year to look for this person. So the moment the 1 year lapses and you cannot find the person, that's when you bring the money to us.
To you now.
And when you bring to us, you tell us this salary belongs to so and so, we lost touch with this person. So the day you come, before we pay you, we'll need that confirmation that indeed, yes, this is the guy that you could not find, and now here he is. So for us, that's very important, working very closely with the holders for verification. Two also is to work with other points of reference. Like now you give us your ID. You need to verify that indeed this is your legit ID by going to the issuing authority. This is your ID. And you have had instances where people come here with an ID and yet they have changed the IDs. Right? You had your ID, it got lost. Then you found it. Right? Then it did not go to report. So you come and say, this is my ID. So we'll tell you, no, you have another ID. Because of the interactions that we have with other stakeholders. Then also that issue of indemnity. That you have to indemnify us. That we pay you this money, you are a legit person. This information you've given us is legit. So if you come and find out later on that you cheated us, and then those terms are given by a commission of oaths, then you cheated under the oath. And of course you will be...
That's a crime.
That's a crime.
You have a case to answer.
Sure.
All right. As we come to a close of this conversation, I am thinking about, wow, you have been in existence close to a decade now, and I don't know how our neighbors are faring with that as well, whether they're lessons to learn or maybe you're the ones teaching them. I don't know. You'll let us know on that. But before I get into that, I'm curious, 57 billion is not a small figure. what are the challenges? Why are people not coming to claim their assets? Because most of them probably are still around, walking around here. What are the challenges for them to not to come and access this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we have seen over time is two things. Number one is awareness. Okay, most people are not aware of who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
And you see, the moment someone doesn't know what you are and what you do, then they don't have a point of interaction.
Yeah.
They don't know how do we interact because we don't know you and you don't know what you do.
Yeah.
So we have seen awareness as a big issue that most Kenyans don't know who is UFAA and what we do. And that's now we are very more outward looking, intensify our awareness, get strong partnerships, be in as many forums as possible, look for the stakeholders we can partner with, so that now this information can be percolated to as far and wide as possible. That's number one. Number two, we have got also some regulatory or what I call legal hurdles. The legal hurdles in the sense that the way our law currently, our regulations, the way they are drafted or the way they are structured, they don't differentiate what claim you are coming to claim. They assume a linear mode of claim process. A good example I'll give you right now. The least claim we have paid is 17 shillings. That's the least we have paid. 17. Okay, Bob. And you should see the file. You should see the file for that claim. It's perhaps the biggest file.
For the 17 shillings.
Yes. But we had a chat with him and he could not believe that his money was lost and so for him it was a sentimental. You're claiming for, I mean, you can't believe it. So, which is very good for us. We are happy.
So he was happy to get his 17 bob.
He made so many trips here. He comes, he has forgotten this. I'll come tomorrow. He goes and comes. And eventually we paid him. He was very happy. That's the least we have paid. The highest we have paid is 85 million. Okay. It's one of the defunct government institutions. That had some exchequer release. But their term ended before they could utilize the whole budget. So you see now the money is left in the bank account. So over time now the institution folded. So the money came here. So we went to the treasury and the treasury directed the relevant department to launch the claim. 85 million. Now you see those two claims, they're in extreme. 85 million and 17 shillings. The claim process is linear. Meaning what the 85 million guy was doing to claim, the same thing the 17 bob guy was doing. And we see the nature of unclaimed assets, it's small and small bits of money, but for many people, because it's unlikely you can forget your bank account, for instance. That's unless you are not okay. But maybe unless you are deceased. If you are deceased is okay. But if it's a legit money, you've worked for it, you've sweat for it, then you know where your money is. So, but sometimes you could have had those dividends, we are saying, you get a check of 50 bob, that one another day. So then you forget and you move on. Or you close the bank account, maybe it's a savings account, maybe the interest had not accrued, it accrues later, or something, small amount. So you find that it is at a personal level, it's a small amount, but cumulatively, it's huge. So bulk of these unclaimed assets are small amounts of money for very many people. So when you come and the claim process that cannot differentiate the small value and the large value, then you find that for the small value guys, they feel disadvantaged because of the requirements that you have to, you need to get the forms notarized by a commissioner of oaths. You go for those terms, depending on where you go, could range from 500 shillings to 3,000. And maybe you're claiming 200 shillings or 1,000 bob. So that's another thing we have seen. As becoming a hindrance to reunification. And then also the other thing also is our own internal capacity. Right now we only 32 staff in this institution, serving the whole country. On all these unclaimed assets. But for that we have, because we now want to cure that through partnerships and also leverage on ICT technology, be more efficient on how we deliver our mandate. But those two are the main issues. People don't know. And then also the barrier, the geographical barrier. See, only that two here in Nairobi. Now imagine you see your claim and you're in
Garissa.
In Garissa, yes. And you have 3,000. Now, where do you start?
By the time you arrive, the money's over.
Exactly, So that's why we want to see how we can partner to take our services closer to people. And then we reunite them. But we're working on the changes of the in law to make it easy to differentiate those claims.
one final thing, and hopefully, are you thinking of how probably even people digitally can probably, claim their assets? Because probably there's some people who left the country and are saying, my goodness, before I think of coming back to Kenya. Is there a possibility, hopefully?
Yes, we're working on that as we work on how, because right now, again, the other limitation is that the law presumes you are doing the manual claim. So as we go through amendments, we provide for that.
So it's
that
coming.
You can just go online, search your claim, and launch the claim end to end. So, but we require some legal interventions to do that. But the solutions are there.
Yeah. I know I had said that was last question, but I still have one more to go. This money, even the current government will tell you they really need money. And I was wondering, are you allowed to touch that money and invest it in any way, or this is not within your purview? And my other part of it is, before you are established, all these assets since Kenya began, where have they been? Where are they going to? As the last part.
This is a question about whether we are the best in the region. So
I know. Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, my.
Well, those two.
Yes.
So, yes, on investment, the law provides that by the time we get this money and look for the owner, remember he said, like, here my name is a CEO and managing trustee.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So these funds come in a fund, and that fund is a trust fund.
Okay.
Where the monies are held. We are a government body, but holding private monies on trust. On behalf of their owners. So it could be the original owners, or it could be the beneficiaries.
You're right.
So the law provides that as we are holding these monies on trust, we can invest just the same way any trust fund invest. However, we don't pay interest to the claimants. Right? And the reason being that there's a cost of looking for you. So whatever money comes to us, we pay you back your money. No matter how much it costed us. So you can even imagine that example of paying 17 shillings.
Yes.
How much it cost both the claimant and
the paperwork, everything, as it was way more than that.
And ourselves. So the law provides that now we can use that investment income to defray our costs. But through going through the normal budgeting processes of any other government institution, we say these are activities we want to do. Then in terms of funding, we want that to come from the investment income. And then from last year, we've been removed from the exchequer. So we are not receiving any taxpayers' monies to support our operations. So which is a good thing, so that now we can use that investment income to support our operations. But as the fund grows, the income will also grow bigger than the expenses. So maybe as a regime depends, could we have some minimum guarantee return to the investors, or do we not give interest? But all over the world, there's nowhere unclaimed assets pay interest. All over the world. In fact, in some jurisdictions, you are penalized. But that's where there's a perfect flow of information. There's no reason for you to lose touch with your asset. It's your own volition. So you're penalized. But for us here, we are saying we are still imperfect. We still have lots of dots to connect. And that's why for us, we don't penalize you. And you hold your money on trust in perpetuity. So there's no point in time your money will ever get lost. So if you can't find it, your child will get it, or your grandchild, or your great. So it's held on trust in perpetuity. So for us, how we're supporting the government is that this money you have put it in government securities. So all this money, all this 27 billion, we have put it in treasury bills. We have also put it in the treasury bonds. So that way now the government is able now to make use of the funds for their activities.
Development agendas.
So long as when the funds mature, we're able to get back the monies and be able to pay our claimants. So that's how we are supporting the government.
One quick comment on what before you were established. Where were those assets going to?
So before we established, that was before 2011, when the law was enacted, there was no structured way of dealing with these assets. So every institution had their own ways of dealing with it.
Trying to look for the people.
And looking for the people, or some of them could take them to their P&L and distribute them as dividends or returns to the investors. Or they could take them to long-term investments, whatever they felt like, because there's no policy on them. And that's why when our law came, it has a cure for that, because our act is retrospective. Although the law came into place in 2011, it doesn't mean that if you had unclaimed assets in 2010, you lose it.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's anchored on Section 40 of the Constitution, the right to property.
Okay.
You cannot lose your property because of passage of time. So that's why we're telling the institutions, try to go as far back as possible and look for these assets and their owners. And you encourage our citizens, our brothers and sisters, our parents. Remember, if you're an account somewhere,
yes,
and you don't know whether you got that money or not, come and tell us. I used to work in this place, I didn't get.
Yes.
And we'll check for you. If it doesn't come, we'll ask that person. So long as you come with some evidence showing us that I used to work here and I was not paid my benefits, we'll go to that institution or go ask them and they'll be able to give you. So there's no structured way of dealing with them.
Okay.
So each institution was dealing them in their own ways.
Okay.
And for now, you're telling them now comply and comply retrospectively.
Okay. Is this the point where we also tell the people to constantly work transparently and probably disclose so that people don't have trouble wondering whether you had anything?
Very important. Disclose, no matter the cost.
Don't die with the money. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I think this is such an enriching conversation, very timely for Kenyans to know. That listen, *361# hash. Get to know. Probably you have a lot of money and you're there wondering what to do in these particular times. There could be something there for you. Don't worry, because it has been kept safe for you and you won't lose it. Thank you so much, John, once again for your time.
Most welcome.
Yes.
Most welcome. That's
an enriching conversation right here on the Trading Bell, and we have had John Mwangi himself speaking about it and telling us that, you know what, your money is safe. Get it. Thank you so much for your time. We'll leave you now with the market.